Let's jazz it up.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. I have the best guest on my platform tonight, Christian de Mesones. Did I say that correct?
Pretty close, but I like that. That actually makes me sound a little French right there. Dave Mesones.
Wow.
Something that you put on your sandwich, right?
No. Big New York. I have a jazz musician, Big New York, on the show tonight. Phone lines are open right now. You can call on in and say what you got to say. So as the show begins, where are you calling from?
I am in Northern Virginia.
Northern Virginia. All right,
That's
Northern
right.
Virginia fans. All right. Thank you for that. So that first track I just played was called the Big Tall Wish track. Which album is that one on, and when was that one released?
That was released in January of 2020, and it did very well for me. It made number 6 on the Groove Jazz chart and number 15 for the best smooth jazz song of 2020. And it's off my album They Call Me Big New York, which was released in February of 2020.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. By the way, how did that nickname Big New York come about?
Big New York, it stuck with me because I used to work in the record store business back in the day. My brother had a record store chain called Willie's, and I used to be a manager, and every time I'd walk into the store, I'd have a bunch of coworkers say, "Hey, Big New York," and it just stayed with me, you know.
All right.
Yeah. They aren't, Brenda, there aren't too many people that sound like me in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that information. Thank you. So, since we have a lot of curious listeners out there, Christian, introduce yourself. What would you tell them about yourself and how you were born into a musically inclined family? And how many different guitars you play, and how long you been playing in the music industry?
I started professionally back in 1980, which was my first professional gig. 1981, I was playing under contract for the military bases in Oahu.
Wow.
And I was playing heavy metal music, so we were doing a lot of AC/DC. Do you know? You ever heard of AC/DC, Brenda?
Yes.
You're familiar with?
Yes.
Okay. So we were playing "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap" and what else? We had a couple of really good rockin' songs, and I was living the heavy metal lifestyle back then, and but I started playing when I was 14 years old. And as far as today is concerned, as far as the instruments I have about 12 basses. So all different kinds. I have a 4-string, a 5-string fretless, an 8-string, a 12-string, 2 double necks, 2 custom instruments. My favorite is my 6-string Alembic Epic and my Warwick Dirty Blonde thumb bass.
All right. Thank you for that information. Thank you. Wow. So you have a new single out, Sexy Beat. What inspired you to do that? I love it. What that came about? Is there a story behind that?
That song is about maybe a little bit over 2, maybe 3 years old originally. It was a track that was written. It was actually given to me by my producer and brother-in-law, Christopher Valentine. And when he gave me the track, he actually gave me a bunch of tracks at the same time. One of them was Sweet Night, and actually, Big Tall Wish was actually older than that. But he gave me these tracks, and then what I did, and what I usually do with all the tracks he gives me, is I write melodies to them. And and so I had that sitting, you know, in a vault for some time, and then I reached out. The first thing I did was reach out to Rob Maletick, and Rob Maletick, who is a dear friend of mine who has played with me on many songs and many gigs. He did a really cool alto sax solo. It was awesome, and we wanted to save that. But I actually I heard trumpet, so I reached out to a very dear friend, Bill McGee out of Richmond, Virginia, who actually has some really incredible legacy with him, because he's the one who was part of the Sugar Hill Gang, and he did that great track. He was on all those tracks. Apache was one of his biggest hits, and you know, Apache is a great party song. So yeah, so I feel pretty cool about that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and spin some music. How about that?
Okay, no problem. I love it.
All right, here is
I love it.
Sexy Beast. We'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, that is Sexy Beast by Mr. Big New York, Christian de Martinez. Did I sound it right?
you see, Brenda, that's the reason why they call me Big New York, because there's so many people out there that just want to stay clear away from pronouncing my last name. It is pronounced De Mesones.
De Mesones.
Okay, so yeah, but if you don't want to do that, I give you complete liberty on just calling me Big New York. That's fine, no problem.
Well,
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, well, I like to keep pronouncing it so I know I get it right. If I don't get it right, it will bother me. So,
okay.
But you know what? I'll do what you tell me to do on the platform today. I'm gonna call you Christian or Big New York. How about that?
That's fine. That makes it easy for both of us. No problem.
Okay then. Sorry. So I tried. So go ahead and give your website information and your social media information. And what radio stations that are spinning this new single